Hi, it's Italian1/Bishie, and let's play some more Final Fantasy XIV. Alright, I got Panzer screaming in the background, so that's fun. Always fun. How do we get out of here? Nope, that's not it, my dude. Down this way? Oh, I think I know. Up the stairs. Alright, let's go this way. Oh, okay, so this path. Or is it this path? It's this path. Okay. Alrighty. Halfway. I'm halfway into 21. I don't know. Like, part of me is like, no, you're not gonna make it. And then the other part of me is like, you could make it. So, I don't know. Oh, this quest. Okay. I've done this one like once before. So I'm still a little of what to do. Let's see. Greetings, your arrival completes our small company. You are equipped for battle, I trust. We need not await her arrival. Once the Kupiern appears on the bridge, we spring our ambush. The strategy for trapping our target relies on the two allies we have concealed on the other side of the ravine. This pincer maneuver was naturally the Foreseer's idea. As for the target himself, the Kupiern is known as a careful and cautious fellow. He travels with a small retinue so as to avoid attracting attention. But do not be fooled. More bodyguards follow at a distance, and will likely join the fray after hostilities ensue. Do not, however, expect any assistance from the Yellow Jackets. They cannot be seen aiding us in what amounts to a personal matter, but they are willing to turn a blind eye for her sake. In any case, the Foreseer's tactics account for our limited numbers and individual strengths. Victory is all but assured. Now let's take up our positions and wait for the Kupiern to arrive. Okay. The first time I did this, I failed it and I had to do an easy mode. And I was kind of confused about stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm pretty low level for this. Uh-oh. We're all whipping our books out. Okay. I hate this one. I hate this one. Easy, because you're a jerk. Okay. Skip cutscene. Okay. There's a grimoire. Ugh. Whew. I was still stressed during that. Every time I do those old duties, I shake. It's like, ugh. Well executed, everyone. Were you able to retrieve my grimoire? Pray hand over the tome. Uh-oh. It's ruined. My wonderful grimoire is ruined. Oh, poor thing. The probability of repairing this degree of damage is 0%. Even the most brilliant strategy cannot undo such ravages of seawater. I've never felt so defeated. I believe it's time I return home. Leave her be. But how can I? I get it. He's right. You must allow her time to process the loss. And you have other matters to which you must attend. Come, it is time we return to the guild as well. Okay. Alright, so back to Limsa. Okay. Behind me. Okay. Alright, to the artisan. Not quite the victory we imagined, was it? That moment she beheld her soaked and tattered grimoire, you could see a light of hope die in her eyes. There is, however, something we can do. I will call on your aid soon, but in the meantime, you would be well served to deepen your knowledge of the Arcanimia. Okay. Yeah! 21! Alright. Okay, new book. Alright, now let's go to the tower. How much closer are you gonna get me a level 22, dude? Eagerly I have awaited your return. One of your exploits is already spreading through the ranks. My troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude for your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, a strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Limsa Limensa had more of your like. I have little doubt that you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly, Baderon's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though. I doubt even he imagined you capable of such feats. Might you favor me with your own account on the day's events? Such victories bear retelling. Ishtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see. And she was only too willing to assist the Yellowjackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa Lominsa yet again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the victory, and the small matter of your deeds at Swift Perch, you too have proven yourself a valued friend of the Thalassocracy. Admiral. Ooh. We got the Admiral coming. I love her so much. May I present to you Admiral? I don't know how to say her name, so I'm just going to say Admiral. I don't want to butcher her name. I love her so much. I've tried, and I feel so horrible butchering her name.
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports. I am Melve Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa.
Okay, I hear her name, and then I try to say it, and my brain goes, huh?
On behalf of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day. A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward after all? Ha! Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Baderon and Commodore Rayner have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits.
I'm glad I'm saying at least Baderon correct.
Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet. A seat of honor at the celebratory feast is the least I can offer the woman who foiled the Sahagin.
Oh! A seat at the feast!
Oh, and don't be late. Your fellow guests will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting. Till then, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Am I taller than her? I think I'm taller than her. All right, let's see. Okay. High Society. Commodore Rayner wishes to speak with you regarding the forthcoming banquet. I'm not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It is a highly coveted honor. Why, even the officers under her direct command are rarely afforded such recognition. But I will not deny you have earned it. Many of the tasks you have performed in service to the Thalassocracy have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. Has the enormity of this moment yet to sink in? Perchance you will realize its significance when you stand before the assembled dignitaries of Limsa Lominsa. And now that I have imagined the scene, I realize that you will require attire suitable for the occasion. I suggest you visit the wench and see what Baderon can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things. Alright. I don't think I've done the banquet for Limsa Laminsa. I've done the banquet for Ulda and for Gridania, but I don't remember doing it for Limsa Laminsa. Maybe I have, but if I have, I don't remember it. And either way, now all you will get to see the banquet. Anyways, halfway to 22. Or more than halfway. Well, if it isn't Merwib's guest of honor. Obnobbing with the eye and money now, is it? I tell you, lass, I damn near snorted ale at me nose when I heard the news. You come a long way, you have, and that's the truth. Well, one thing's for sure. You're not want for decent grub. These banquets are catered by the bleeding Bismarck, no less. 'Tis a grand chance to fill your belly to bursting with fine and, more importantly, free food. But we can't have you turning up in your shite-cake venturing gear. No. The hero of the hour needs to have a touch of refinement about her, if only to stop folk complaining when she stuffs her face with cake. Take yourself over to the Octant and speak with Genasium of the Brugadaire Consortium. She'll furnish you with somewhat ladylike to wear. I've already had a word with her, so all you need to do is pick up the goods, then bring them back here so I can tell you what's what. Okay. So where do I need to go? Oh, right there. Okay. Sorry, my hand shook. If I get to 22 before this episode is over, I'll be super happy. Because then I'll just be 8 levels away. Good evening, miss. I assume you're the underdressed lady Baderon mentioned. I see he was not exaggerating. I trust your news especially for your debut in polite society. Fear not, I'm certain that you will absolutely adore them. Okay. Now I have to go back to Baderon. Been to see Genasium European. Abby? Well, that's out of the box then. There we go. A nice pair of dress shoes for you. Alas, mine have much else to her name, but so long as she's got a decent pair of shoes on her feet, there ain't nowhere else she can't go. Think of them as a gift from me and all the other folk you've done right by along the way. Aye, 'tis a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me. Wouldn't do for Limsa's new hero to turn up at the banquet soaked in her own tears and snot. Any road, that's your garb sorted. Now you just need to settle your nerves. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll tell you where you mean to go. I am gonna get to 22. Cool. Alright. A missing mass repast. Battleron wants you to let him know when you are ready to depart for the banquet. You're ready then, are ye? Good. The banquet will be starting soon. If you'd waited any longer, I'd have considered it me civic duty to hit ye over the head and drag ye there. Oh God. Now make sure you're wearing them fancy shoes when you turn up, alright? Carrying them won't do no good. They're meant to make you look like a lady. Remember, not a lady's bleeding lackey. As for directions, the feast be held on the bridge in the Admiral's briefing room. Speak with Xanathel in Bulwark Hall, and he'll show you the way. Just keep your head held high, lass, and everything else you've done for Limsa, you've good reason to be proud, and don't let no eye-born bugger tell you different. Okay. So put on the shoes. Okay. And then I think I can go to Bulwark Hall from here. Yes. Dress shoes. Fancy dress shoes. An adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes. Oh, now those are some fancy dress shoes. Come, adventurer, I will show you to the briefing room.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, join me now in honoring this woman for her services to our great nation. May the navigator guide and protect her on her journey till sea swallows all. These pirates you encountered with the tattooed faces, they call themselves the Serpent Reavers. Their ranks are formed of cutthroats and madmen who have pledged themselves body and soul to the primal Leviathan. From what we have gathered, they sought to swell their numbers by spiriting away any soul unfortunate enough to cross their path. I need not tell you the depth of the animosity between us and the Sahagin. How any seaman worth his salt could devote himself to the fishback's god is a question for a more temperate mind than mine. But, thanks to you, Our citizens may once more go about their daily lives, safe in the knowledge that they will not be dragged into the darkness by those execrable curs.
Such an extraordinary glow. This is one of the crystals of light.
By the Navigator.
After our encounter with the Gubu, you had a vision, did you not? Of a towering crystal. You bathed in her light.
Y'shtola's conclusion is clear, and I see no reason to doubt it. You are the vessel of a higher power. This being from your vision was the Mother Crystal. Your description matches what little we know of her. And if she has chosen you, then your deeds may yet shape the fate of nations, as once did the deeds of the Warriors of Light. Know you the tale? Like you, they were not of these lands, yet they fought to protect us all against the corruption of the Primals. When the Garlean Empire began its conquest of the realm, these heroes joined the Grand Companies and helped reforge the Eorzean Alliance. And at the Battle of Cartano, they took the field beneath our banners to fight for everything we hold dear. It was on that day, in the midst of that hell, that we lost them. Every soul who survived that battle will never forget how it was to fight beside them. We are proud to call them our comrades. Yet whenever we try to shout their names, the sound dies in our throats. And whenever we strain to see their faces with our mind's eye, naught but their shadows appear to us, set against a blinding light. Ask any true Eorzean who knew them, and the story will be the same. It is for this reason that we call them the Warriors of Light. When I look upon you, I cannot help but be reminded of them. Keep that crystal safe. In time, I believe the Mother Crystal will make clear her reasons for bestowing it upon you. Heed well her words, adventurer, for it is Hydaelyn herself who speaks.
And then we have this flashback. I'm actually going to keep it in this video. I said before that I'd probably cut it out. But I'm going to keep it for those who just watched Silent Ghost.
Flames to the fore!
As I kept it for the ones who just want to watch tinybishie. It's completely up to you.
Victory belongs to the bold! Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it costs them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Is aught amiss?
No. It is nothing.
Bloody hells!
The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
We are being watched.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn! Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. Gods preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
Gods damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me! Damn it! Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir!
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Delay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link shells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
Kasbamul, Soginin Moise Tonzul. Logalo, Asawad Deken Bet Mubut. Imarat Way, Kiskat Toga Hats Wadadorns. Sisnigen, Fistun the only Lamrai Sadai Dorn.
Morning, sunshine. All a bit much for you, was it? Okay. Making sure that I actually did have my volume on. What happened? Ah, you don't remember then? You keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused a right stir, and to carry you back to the wench myself. Well, I say carry, 'twas more a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. So mean. Any road, don't fret. 'Tis little wonder you was exhausted after everything you've been through lately. Your little nap seems to have put some color back in your cheeks, though, so I'll leave you to it. Bugger, I almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with you. When you feel up to it, talk to Xanathel and he'll let you into the command room. Oh, and stay awake, I'm told old Merwib was in the middle of telling you a story when you started snoring last time, and I doubt she'd look kindly on it if you repeated the trick. Huh. So mean. I didn't mean to. I promise. Okay. Open the door. Let me out. Open the door. Let me out. Okay. Oof. All right. Yep, received a bulwark call. Alright. I'm sorry. Greetings, Admiral Blue Fishwind awaits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Yes. I'm sorry. Ah, it is good to see you on your feet again. Are you recovered? Then let us waste no time. I have a task that needs doing. One I would entrust to no other. Yes! I'm so happy. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made any other plans. To business then. The Lominson Envoy. Merweb wishes to entrust you with an important task. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light who might once have given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, until we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartano. Those letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa, and that is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions, a quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. Yes. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you far from the borders of our nation, to the city-states of Gridania and Ulda. A grueling journey, to be sure, were you to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge. But before you depart, I suggest you trouble Baderon for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well-traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times, when bursts were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the clouds risks drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs to be born of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Aye, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Limitza and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer. Discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. Excuse me. Okay, speak with Baderon. Okay. Hi. Okay. Johnny one's place. Yes. My cat just sniffed me and then walked away. Okay, my girl cat. Alright. Batter on. There he is. Sorry, I was looking for another quest that happens in this area. I don't think it's activated yet. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are you? Personal bleeding envoy? So you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance. Bugger me, I knew you were going up in the world, but I didn't realize you got that bloody high, or I. I'm proud of you, lass. Thinking of how far you've come, why, 'tis enough to bring a tear to me eye. And that ain't the ale talking either. Well, not just the ale at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering ye my way. Of course, this is only the start. Now you've got your hands on an airship pass, the Olive of yours he has laid out before ye, like a fair maid on a feather bed. Oh my god, dude! Dude! Wow! Oh my god, why are you talking about that to another lady? And she's a big girl too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. If ye think us Lominsons are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers, or Gridania, or trade coin with the crafty merchants of Olda. And then there's the wild places where the beasts rule, and no bugger with an owns o' sense set foot. But you're an adventurer, so I would let a little thing like that hold you back. Wouldn't. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. There's a heap of trouble what plagues every nation, see. 'Tain't just ours. I'm talking intrigue and infighting, beastmen and their goddamn primals. Aye, there's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's bugger all out there as you can't handle. Summit tells me you're going to be just fine. The realm's at it rough, 'tis true, but folks are beginning to recover from the beating the calamity dealt them. Call me an hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things around. 'Tis the perfect time for an adventurer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go to the airship landing, and then I'm going to end this episode. And then the next episode, I know we'll get to 23, but let's see if we can get to 24 too. Oh my god, I'd be so excited if that happened. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. So that's going to be all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay happy, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!